Good. How are you?
Good,
All
man.
right, so hello everyone. So for today, we have Kevin Pabst who is going to talk to us about some upcoming milestones within the internship now that summer is officially over, and specifically talking a little bit more about winter camp. So Kevin will go ahead and kick it off. As I sent an email out yesterday, please send your top 5 takeaways to me, to my email at lauren.rusnak@nm.com. This will be recorded and available for playback, so I will be sure to send out that link later today. And please send me your top 5 takeaways by noon on Friday for your stipend. I will actually be heading into a lead meeting right now, so from there I will let Kevin kick it off. And then again, this is being recorded for playback. So with that, as you all know, Kevin is our college unit director in Schaumburg, always has a ton of great knowledge regarding the internship program. So definitely feel free to ask any and all questions that you have for Kevin. But other than that, I will go ahead and pass it off to Kevin Pabst.
Hey, Lauren, can you make me the presenter? Do you know how to do that?
Is she still on the meeting or did she leave?
She is. We will move through this, and hopefully I can. Looks like we're getting access now. Just a little technical difficulty. Otherwise, we'll figure this out. We got it. We are good to go. Okay. All right. So one of the things that, and I'll go ahead and share my webcam as well so you guys can see me. All right. So first thing that we want to go through is just some of the milestones that you guys are going to have throughout your internship, whether it be a year long, 2 years long, or just a quick semester, whatever that's going to look like for you. On the screen here, you'll see something that we've put together, or I've put together for you guys just to glance at, and I would take some notes on this, but you can see the things that are already highlighted in yellow are things that we've passed. So this was the talk that I had given at the beginning of the summer, and clearly the first thing that we were focused on was getting you guys to the pace setter ribbon, which is 3 lives submitted by 6/22. We had the ability to get $100 from home office and $100 from our network office for submitting those 3 lives by 7/7. We've got the $500 bonus in the summer months, and then qualifying for summer camp, the second $500 bonus. And realistically, we should be focusing on hitting that P10 target by end of summer, early fall, okay? We know and just passed the fall double production month, okay? It's from 8/22 to 9/21. So double production month, what that means for you guys is essentially, let's say that you write a life in the month of the production month of September. So between the dates of 8/22 to 9/21, that life that you submit and pay for is going to count for both the summer and the fall. So what that means is that will go towards any sort of lives bonus, the $500 bonus that you get from home office, okay, for 5 lives in a semester, right? That would go now, any life that you write in the fall, starting 8/22 is when that start date for the fall semester happens. So 8/22 now, any lives that you write are going to be go towards the fall semester, okay? Essentially, it would also qualify for the summer semester, okay? So let's say, for instance, you wrote 1 life, and this is just an example, you wrote 1 life, and then in the month of September, the production month of September, you wrote 4 lives, okay? Well, you're going to get the $500 bonus from the summer, but now you're sitting at 4 lives for the fall semester, okay? That doesn't mean that you're sitting at a higher number of total lives for P10, Target 20, or anything like that. That's just a rolling year average, all right? The next thing you guys should be focused on, okay, is the 5 lives submitted bonus. Okay, so if you submit 5 lives in the fall semester, so from 8/22 through the month of December, okay, you can get a $500 bonus, okay? You also need 5 lives to continue from the fall into the spring, all right? Hey, Evan, would you go ahead and mute yourself, bud?
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. If you have questions, go ahead and just take yourself off mute and ask me questions, okay? All right, next thing is focusing on 20 lives, target 20. And what I'm going to show you today is essentially how many fact finders you should be at, or how many fact finders you need to write to get to target 20, all right? Obviously, following the 5 lives submitted, you have your 10 lives submitted bonus, which is another $500, totaling $1,000 if you write or submit 10 lives in the fall semester, all right? Big thing I want to focus on, winter camp, okay? Right now, you are in a position where any submitted and paid for lives between 8/22 and 12/22 can qualify you to go to winter camp. Winter camp is the top 100 college advisors in the country in the fall semester, okay? Take a look at the actual fly. 20th, home office pays round-trip transportation for qualifying interns. It's a great opportunity, something that I would absolutely be focused on for all of you. I can tell you from years past that if you're at about 10 or 12 lives in the fall semester, you've got a good shot at qualifying for winter camp, okay? Right now, we'll take a quick glance at this. So this was for the week ending September 21st, so it's a little bit behind, but you can see right now that the #1 lives writer for the fall semester is at 14.8. Second would be 11, 10.5, 10, 9, so on and so forth, okay? Just as an example, we'll see that right now, Grant Burke, who's in our PGP program, is at 5.5 lives in the fall semester. Right now, he's the only one from the Kramer agency that is on the report, okay? So we need some more lives written. We need some more of you guys on this report. We want to see you guys all have a chance to go to it. It's an absolutely incredible experience. But you can see right now that 100th place right now is at about 3 lives, okay? So getting inside of that is not a tall feat. Okay, you can get in there, but we want you to be at 10 to 12 lives in order to qualify for this. Would be a good threshold. Okay. Regional meeting. So regional contest. This runs from December through November. Okay. So this would have been the production month of December 2017 through the production month of November of 2018. And at the regional meeting, the top 2 interns will be recognized up on stage. Okay. So if you've been around for a little while, right, that's something I would be tracking. Okay. Next thing, intern of the year gets to go to recognition dinner. So the top intern of the calendar year is going to qualify and have an opportunity to go to the recognition dinner with some of our top producers. It's an incredible event. Last year, William Gallucci went. Another way to qualify for that is writing 30 lives. So if you write 30 lives, you get an opportunity to go to recognition dinner. And if you're the top intern of the year, you're going to have an opportunity and get recognized at recognition dinner as well. Clearly, we have 30 lives and 40 lives are home office qualifications. So Focus 30, Impact 40, okay, are qualifications for you guys. And then top intern in the country. So this is from the months, this is production month, June through May of next year. Okay. What we can do is let's take a quick glance at where we're currently at with our top intern competition. So we can see right now that in the awards year, so again, that's June through May, so June of 2018 through May of 2019, you all on the call are qualifying, or you're in this competition, okay? But Kyle Burton right now is the leading intern. He's currently at 44.9 lives, and he's written 51,000 of premium. He's got a total of 96 points. Okay. This is a great example of somebody who's doing high lives and high premium. Okay. This is what we want to see. He's off to a really good start. He's pacing towards 100 lives and 100 grand of premium. Okay. If we take a look, right now, Grant Burke is ranked 41 in the competition, and he's at 13 and a half lives and 12 grand of premium. He's in our PGP program. If we go to the next, Jacob Sheldon, congrats to you, bud. You're at 11 lives and you're at 8,000 of premium. You're currently 103rd in the country at this point. All right, so you got some work to do, but I'd be focusing with your college unit director of what you would need to do to move up the ranks if you're focused on getting on stage for being top 10, okay? But next one in the list would be Anthony Bongiorno. Congrats to you, bud. 7 lives, 10 8 of premium, 126th in the country. We can keep moving down. Dan Langen, little shout out to you, bud. 6.33 lives, $8,000 of premium, or 8,400 of premium. Charlie Smith, little shout out, 5 lives, 9,400 of premium. Evan on the call here right now, 5.5, 7,300. So you can see that you can quickly move up the ranks, all right? But if you just look at the top 10, in 10th place right now is at 23.5 lives, $20,000 of premium. He's at 43 points, okay? So whether you write a big case that can move you up, if you're doing joint work, you got a great case open with a couple larger potential clients, or you're just going to write high lives, best way to do it is high lives and high production and have a balanced practice and total points, okay? One other thing that I will show you while we're on here, okay? All right. So this is the network office competition, okay? This is how we are ranked as a network office, so the Kramer agency. The first thing we're ranked on is our total appointments. So how many college advisors do we have or have we contracted? Lives Club qualifiers. So that's any intern that gets 10 lives, 20 lives, 30 lives, or 40 lives is a Lives Club qualifier. All right, so if you write 20 lives, that'll count as 2 Lives qualifiers for the Kramer agency. If you write 30, it'll be 3 Lives Club qualifiers. If you write 40, it'll be 4, okay? But just getting to 10 is a big accomplishment, and one of the things we're focused on, Lives Club qualifiers. Next one is our total premium credit. So as an agency, how much premium have our interns written in total? The next one is full-time conversions. So how many interns have we had this awards year that have gone from the internship into the full-time space? The next thing, this was added a couple of years ago, and I really like this space. I think it shows the total, it actually shows how impactful the internship can be for certain network offices and make sure that it's a successful business program. But essentially our Lives Club qualifiers, and now we're talking about CFR conversion. So any previous intern that converted to full-time, they're still in their first 5 years going to qualify in this space. So a Lives Club qualifier, let's use an example of, we'll just use Will, right? We're going to talk a little bit about his activity. So Will, Galucci, Nick Kruchko, Logan Record are guys that I'm coaching who started from the internship and are now full-time. They're in this CFR conversion space. So Lives Club qualifiers for them, if they write 75, 100, 150, or 200 lives, they're going to get a Lives Club qualifier in this space. It is also all of the premium credit that is written by any intern that's converted, okay? So, Evan, when do you graduate? Go ahead and take yourself off mute.
I graduate in May.
All right, so you graduate in May. So essentially the way that this would work out is most likely for next awards year, you're going to move into a space, if you converted to full-time, where you will then not just you won't qualify on the left side of the board anymore. That's where you're at right now. But if you converted next year, we're going to get a full-time conversion, Evan, if you go full-time. And then the second thing is now you're going to start essentially producing for the right side of the board. So you're still a part of the program and still how we're going to be ranked, all right? And if you look at where the Kramer agency stands, we're currently 24 appointments. So we got a little bit of work to do there. We'll catch up. We'll be just fine, okay? Lives Club qualifiers, too. This is a big opportunity for us, right? At this point, we only have 2 Lives Club qualifiers. I know that there's a few of you at 5, 7, 8, 9 lives, right? Get yourself from that space up to 10. I know that for me personally, I'm more motivated by the success of a team than I am just on my own individual accomplishment. So if you're someone similar, one of the things I would recommend is ask your college unit director of, how can I better the team? How can I help the team move us up the ranks, right? Bongiorno on my team and Joey D over in Schaumburg, you're 2 guys that we know you're sitting in a pretty good space to move up into the Lives Club qualifier and hit P10 here shortly. So let's focus on that. Okay, $144,000 a premium. So we're actually doing a pretty good job in this space. We're ranked 12th in the country there, and we have 5 full-time conversions. So we're doing a pretty good job there. Okay, and we're at 11th there. We'll get some Lives Club qualifiers on the full-time side here shortly. We'll have some college conversions who hit 75 lives, but if they hit 100, that's 2 Lives qualifiers, 153, 200 is 4. And then our $272,000 of premium from our intern conversions at this point in their first 5 years, which puts us at 21. So we've got some work to do in a lot of different spaces, but we're tracking pretty well. Right now we're 13th in the country, and I know Ryan has a huge focus with us as our internship team to be in the top 10. I know we've been fighting for that. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. Make sure you get a chance to view that. All right. So we covered winter camp, all right? Regional meeting, we covered that. Intern of the year, we've covered that. We are down into a space. We talked about the top 10 intern competition for the awards here. I want to pull up some CRM activity, okay? And I got permission from Will Gallucci to share this with you guys. But one of the things that, it's just tough to understand is, what do I have to do in order to hit 10, 20, 30, 40 lives? And as a college unit director, one of the things that we can focus on, or go to your local college unit director, is, help me understand what's a good measurable piece. And one of the things that we want to measure is fact finders completed, right? True fact finders completed. So just on a hunch, I'd gone into CRM, and I actually did a little bit of research. And what we said is that if you do, and our thought process on this as a coach is, if you do 15 fact finders in the month of June, July, and August, okay? So June, July, and August, you do 15 fact finders in those 3 months over the summer while you're full-time, okay? And then you go back to school. And for the next, call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For the next 9 months, I should have been able to do that math without counting. For the next 9 months, if you do 8 fact finders a month, we know you're going to hit target 20. Okay? So that's a total of 17 fact finders over the course of 1 year. All right? That's 117 on the dot. Okay? Well, I know that if you do 117 fact finders, you're going to be sitting in between 20 and 30 lives. The reason I know that is when we look at this activity, this is Will Gallucci's activity from the months of May through December, okay? So he had actually accelerated the process, and from the summer and the fall semester, he has taken, or he took, excuse me, past tense, he took 105 fact finders over the summer and the fall semester, okay? And he was sitting at 20.15 lives. So again, when you break this down and you look at your fall semester and you're trying to manage school, a personal calendar, any sports that you're playing, if you're in other clubs or you're in a sorority or fraternity, you're managing all of your other responsibilities. One of the ways to break it down, really to have success, is to say, how many fact finders do I need to do a month? How many fact finders do I need to do per week? Okay? And I know that if you do 100 fact finders over an entire year, over the whole awards year, you'll be a target 20 qualifier. Okay? And the best way that I can tell you to break that down is do 15 in June, July, and August, and then essentially do 8 a month after that. Okay? 8 a month, that's 2 a week. Doing 2 fact finders a week is going to take you about 2 hours of work. You should have a couple closes, maybe a prospecting meeting. Essentially, you'll have maybe a policy delivery, a second close, okay? Maybe a little bit of drive time, some administrative stuff where you're doing emails, applications, things along those lines. Guys, when you really think about it, if you're doing 8 fact finders a month, you're going to keep about 6 meetings a week. You're going to do about 15 hours of work a week. And if you're working a part-time job at school, most of them are going to require anywhere between 15 and 20 hours a week. If you're working at Jimmy John's, that's what they're going to require, okay? So in this space, what we're asking you and telling you to do is if you do 8 fact finders a month in the fall semester, you do 100 over the course of your year, you'll hit target 20, okay? If you don't know where you currently stand, spend some time and ask your college unit director to help you run this report, or go into the office, run this report, and you can essentially see where you stand and do some of your own math, okay? We already covered some of the FMI and the rankings, okay? If we go back to where that is, let's go here. Let's take a look at 2 other things, and you guys are all going to be viewing this, okay? So the Downers Grove office, the DD in Downers Grove, okay? So this is for the Downers Grove office only. Let's find out where you guys rank. All right, so the Barbaro, right, because he's a district director, right, Carm. When we look at this office, right, you guys are currently ranked 30th in the country from district offices, or district DDs, so district director offices, okay? It's usually out of the network office, okay? So 5 appointments, no Lives Club qualifiers, so I'm sure a few of you are getting close to that. 16,000 of premiums, so we've got some work to do there. Obviously, some full-time conversions should be coming at the end of this year as well, and then Lives Club qualifiers for both the for the CFR conversion space. We'll get some of those in here, and then the premium as well, okay? So where you guys stand, we've got a little bit of work to do, but definitely attainable to get inside the top 10, okay? Top 10, you're at 9 appointments, 3 Lives Club qualifiers. That's a big opportunity there, big swing, just if a few of you get the power of 10. Premium credit and full-time conversions, qualifiers, and overall premium for CFR conversions. Okay, so a little bit of work to do, but definitely attainable. Last one I want to run, district network office. Okay, so currently, Schaumburg, you are ranked 6th in the country. Super pumped about that. We actually dropped, though, so we got some work to do. All right, so we've got some work to do on the appointments or our overall interns that are being contracted. We've got one Lives Club qualifier that's going to be Grant Burke right now in the PGP program, so some work to do there. Little shout out to Bongiorno and Joey D. You guys are right on the fence. Let's get you there to 10 lives. 64,000 in premium, doing pretty well there. We're an 8th in the country. 3 qualifiers. We're 4th in or 3 conversions. We're 4 in the country, looking good. At this point, we have no Lives Club qualifiers, so no one at 75 or 100 yet in the awards year, but we'll be there shortly. I know Nisu's getting close. And we got 154,000 in premium, which is 8th in the country. Okay, so we're doing some work. That's good stuff. If we look at next one, Mauser, so Chicago. All right, Evan, this is your crew. Okay, you guys are at 7 appointments. You got some work to do there. So if you know some people that need an internship, you know, refer them into the business. You get paid for it too if they contract with us. No Lives Club qualifiers. Evan, I'm going to call you out, bud. You're at 5.5 lives. Is that correct?
Correct.
Can you do 8 fact finders a month for the next, 3-4 months?
I actually pulled up my blue book. I'm at 53 facts through September, so on point exactly with the numbers that you showed.
On pace, right? Granum does its work, right? So I'm gonna give you a little kick in the pants here and say, get yourself from 5.5 to 10 this semester. Be a team player, get yourself there. Great opportunity for the office. And you think about this, if you qualified, Evan, for Power 10 right now, you'd have 1 Lives qualifier. 1 Lives qualifier means you're 20th in the country versus 57. That's 37 points. And when you really look at 37 points, that moves you guys inside the top 5 with 1 Lives qualifier. It's crazy, right? 28,000 a premium, all right? So we had a little bit of work to do there, 53 in the country. 2 conversions, you guys are looking pretty good. That's a pretty good spot. And then in the Chicago office, any interns that have converted, big focus there, getting them to 75 lives and getting them to write a little bit of premium is an opportunity, okay? Last one I'll show is Sturkowitz. It's the only one left. So Naperville, okay? Appointments and contracts, again, opportunity. I know our campus season is picking up here, so we should be fine there. Lives Club qualifiers. We got 1 of them, so you guys are 20th. Good spot there. Opportunity to move up more. 2 Lives Club qualifiers moves you from 20th in the country to 7th, all right? And then you guys are at 34,000 in premium, at 36th in the country. No full-time conversions at this point, but should be getting some towards the end of the year. And then same thing on the right side of the board with any conversions previously, okay? So if you know somebody in your program, whether they converted in the past or whether they're an intern, grab them, talk to them about this. Let's see where we can get all of our offices, and let's get everyone inside the top 10, okay? There was one last thing that I wanted to cover. One last thing that I want to take a look at. Evan, go ahead and pull yourself off mute, bud.
Got it.
I'm going to use you as a guinea pig. Is that okay?
There's nobody else to use, so go ahead.
All right. Evan, where do you go to college?
University of Miami, Florida.
Okay. So if you wanted to do, let's say 5 live, let's say you want to go to winter camp, right? Let's say winter camp is 12 lives in the fall semester. In the fall semester, we've got about 11 weeks left. Evan, how many days a week are you going to work?
I'm working all 5.
All 5 days. Okay. This calculator shows you, Evan, that if you wanted to do 12 lives over the next 11 weeks of the fall semester, and you're going to work 5 days a week, it'll tell you you have to dial about 13 times a day. You have to set about 1 to 2 fact finders. So you have to, on the phone, set about 1 to 2 fact finders a day, and you have to get about 3 QSs. Weekly, you have to be dialing about 65 to 70 times. You have to be getting about 13 QSs. You got to do about 4 fact finders a week if you want to do 12 in the fall semester. Okay? But let's say, Evan, you said, you know what? My main focus is, you know what, let's get to power of 10. That's my biggest goal right now. I want to do 5. Look at where the fact finders go per week. 1.6. Right? And if you do that for another semester after that, you'll be pacing for 100 fact finders over the course of your awards year. You'll hit target 20. Great accomplishment. Okay? All of this is something that will be available to you. We can have Lauren send that out to you guys, so you guys can play around with it and see what you have to do on a weekly basis. You can also work with your college unit directors or your coaches with. You can work with them on this, your managing directors. But I just wanted to share that with you real quick. Evan, I think the numbers speak for themselves. Would you agree?
I would agree. I do have to ask, does this factor in your CB Blue Book monthly activity and ratios and using your specific numbers to set your dials, reaches, new sets,
Nope.
meetings, all of that?
Nope. This is a home office. Generated spreadsheet. So the better way to do it is to pull up your CB Blue Book, right, and use your own ratios in order to know how many dials you need to make, how many QSs you need to get in order to generate that. That would be the better thing to do, and work with Stan on that, Evan. But if you were just in here playing around, using some Granum ratios and knowing that we've got a semester under our belts and there's probably some ancillary sales coming, this is a pretty good measure. And I know that, quite frankly, if you're doing 2 fact finders a week, there's a good chance that, not a good chance, but a very, very likely chance that you will hit target 20, okay? It's a good question, though. So a better way to do it would be to use your own ratios without question, but this is a very Granum-esque and internship Granum-esque ratio that our home office has approved and sent out, okay? That was the last thing that I had. Evan, any questions from you about anything you want me to go further on?
No, this is probably my second or third time hearing this type of talk, just because I've been around for a year now. So you've covered pretty much everything. I do ask that either you or Lauren send this out to the interns so that we could have access to the spreadsheet.
The last one we showed?
Yeah.
Yep, I can do that. I can do that without question. All right, well, hey, go have a good day, everyone. Good luck. If you have questions, anything that I've covered, send them my way. Send me an email. It's kevin.pabst@nm.com. Pabst is spelled P-A-B-S-T. If there's any questions, let me know. Otherwise, let's keep working. Let's get after it, and let's see if we can get everyone in the top 10 here. Talk to you soon.